I hope you're having a good day, because today I want to talk about another game from my gaming collection, and it is Super Mario All-Stars for the Nintendo Wii. This was really cool, a blast from the past, but you can see it is the Nintendo Selects version. So I'm going to unpack a lot of things here, why I have it, what this is all about. So let's first start with Super Mario All-Stars. That is the collection of 4 Mario titles, Mario 1, 2, and 3, plus the original Mario Bros. 2, in Japan, but known as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels for the first time over in the West. And they're all redone with Super Nintendo visuals, because of course all the games included are for the NES. And this came out for Super Nintendo back in the day. I remember picking up my Super Nintendo and it came boxed in with Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. I got that from Toys R Us. That made little Wally, really happy back in the day. And then to see fast forward, there was not really any good ways to play the All-Star versions of these games as the years progressed. You know, we got an N64, we got Mario 64, we got to the GameCube, we had Mario Sunshine. And of course there was like a GameCube Collector's Edition for The Legend of Zelda, but then finally when we got to Wii, there was the Virtual Console, which also had the Mario Brothers games on it. But finally they decided to re-release Super Mario All-Stars, the original Mario All-Stars. This is the same Super Nintendo game on a disc. And at first they released it in a collector's edition that I was trying to get a hold of, but I never was able to do it. I think, you know, I was going to buy it, but then time went on and I went, oh crap, like that's not being sold anymore. And now it's being sold online on eBay for a huge sum of money. So for you out there that has the original Super Mario All-Stars collector's edition for Wii, you know, I praise you. I'm envious of you. Good job. But, you know, I take what I can get, and eventually they re-released it as a Nintendo Selects, not with the fancy entire collector's edition, which, you know, in the long run, I don't have a lot of those anyway. Maybe the Metroid Prime Trilogy, which pretty much, you know, its first wave only came in a steel case. But for this one, it's like most of my games are regular copies, and I'm getting it for like $20 or less on Amazon. It was really a blast, because, you know, nowadays I have multiple ways to play the All-Star versions, and so do you if you have a Nintendo Switch. You can play Super Mario All-Stars on Nintendo Switch if you're a Switch online subscriber. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Mario All-Stars might be on the Super Nintendo Classic. I don't know, I would have to dust that off and go check. You let me know in the comments if it is. But there are various ways now to play All-Stars. And, you know, a lot of people are, what's it called? They are not always on the same page with this collection. When it comes down to the aesthetics of the games, right? Because there is a little bit of a charm lost when you're taking these NES classic titles and putting them in Super Nintendo visuals, but then they kind of gain their own charm. Like, sometimes I prefer to play Mario Bros. 3 on the NES, while other times I prefer to play this version. Mario Bros. 1, I pretty much always prefer to play on the NES, but then when I booted the first one up on Nintendo Switch, I went, wow, I do like the visuals on this. Mario Bros. 2, I pretty much exclusively like to play on the All-Stars version, just because that graphical palette works for me. And of course, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Level, this is the only way that I knew how to play it, because it only came out like this. You know, this is the first time I played it, so I'm like, okay, I'm already used to it. But overall, really cool package. Glad I was able to pick up at least one of the physical copies of Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii. Again, great childhood memories here with all the individual games. Great childhood memories with the NES versions, what I grew up on, with the Super Nintendo versions in this package, which I got with my very first system, the Super Nintendo. That was my very first system of all time, my own. And having this packed in is just a wave of nostalgia looking at this cover and seeing these games. Man, again, makes me want to go and play these games every time I talk about my games from my collection. And I hope it does too. I hope it makes you want to play Mario All-Stars. And if you have, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, let me know in the comments as well with your experiences or lack thereof of the Mario games, All-Star version, etc., etc. I would love to hear all about it. As always, thanks for joining the party, listening to me ramble, and I will see you in my next collection video.